Hello and howdy ho everybody, Foxy Games here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. When we last left off, we had our first successful joint operation with the Alamegan Resistance, and really showed the Imperials what we could do. But there is a plot in the midst against us, so we're gonna have to be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, we have a few familiar faces here. We've seen Vamatia and Arenvald in the, oh, what the hell, the Rising Stones. And I'm sure we've seen Jamoldva there as well. Alphino asked for volunteers, so here I am. First Ishgard, now Alamigo, eh? No rest for the righteous. It's too true. For a long time, I struggled to make sense of that day at the Waking Sands. Why I survived when Abba and Ollie didn't. Not anymore. You were meant to be here, friend. Long ago, did I resolve never again to take up sword or spear. At first for sport, and then entirely. But a chance encounter with young Arenvald served to remind me that not all battles are as empty as those fought upon the blood sands. Ah, so you're a gladiator. Inago did well to spread word of our victory in East End. Hardly a day goes by without some would-be recruit arriving, inspired by the tale. That's great news. Arenvald is not much older than I am. We would often chat about this and that whenever I paid a visit to the Waking Sands. I knew he had strong feelings about Alamigo and the occupation, but mayhap I underestimated his passion. Clearly, he's here now, isn't he? I feared it would take longer to rouse the people to action after the disaster at the Wall, but it seems our countrymen are not so easily discouraged. Change is on the horizon, my friends. And not too soon. We won't have much time to train the new recruits, but we'll make the most of it. The Resistance will need every able-bodied man and woman in the field if we're going to take Velodyna. What is this thing? Titan Iggy? Oh, it's a summoner thing. I've never seen that form of it before. Or maybe I just haven't been paying any attention. Oh well. It's all happening so fast. Isn't it exciting? You should temper your excitement with some reality. This is dangerous. Right then, I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties. We are here to help, after all. The three of you have been busy, so I will understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any help you could offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. Earrings... I'm sure they're not very good compared to what we have. I stand corrected. They're way better. Alright, let's put those on immediately. Oh, come to think of it. We never did upgrade this side of things, did we? Oh well. Except for the shield, of course. Well, that's fine. Time to ask around for some work. I beg your pardon? The woman who bested Gaius Van Belsar wishes to offer me her assistance? I say this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man. In which case... Before the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable, and I had a mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause, and so forth. You may take down their statements in this log, and, Foxy, thank you for your service, now and ever after. Ah. It's nothing, my friend. Well, it isn't nothing. We kind of did some crazy shit in our time, but it's all in a day's work for a proper hero. And for our first one, we might as well go out this winding cave here. Looks like a shrine to Rhaglr. Why'd I join the Resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the market, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a foam of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. Well, that's awful. And you know what? I don't feel like running all the way back, so I'm just gonna use the Aetheryte. Why all the way back here? Fuck that. Look, it isn't lazy if it's, you know, if it's available. That's a terrible excuse. It's a terrible, terrible way of thinking it. But who cares? Alisa, or Ahalisa, whatever. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. I took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know. And there's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging parties turn up. Have you any work for us? You want to help, do you? Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Teb for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. Lovely. Oh, this person is all up there, so we're gonna keep going for the moment. Oh hey, it's a goblin. Neat. Didn't realize we had goblins here. One of the Ananta. Snake Lady. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I am a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this day, yet nary a one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. Apparently the Ananta are very hissy, which is to be expected. There's somebody in here I need to talk to. Ah, yes. Why? Why indeed, to save lives perhaps. Or to make amends for the ones I couldn't. My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? More where that lot came from. After that I couldn't keep on doing nothing. That's a sad tale. How are Y'shtola and Kryl doing back here? I'm told you've been busy, as have we, lest you wonder. None here shall perish for want of proper treatment. Great. Been to the peaks and back, have you? Glad to see you're in good health. It's good to see you two are keeping busy. So used to having Y'shtola on the front lines of us. Well, she's doing her best where she is right now. What are you doing out here, dude? I know, I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Man, they do not treat women very well. I mean, I know that's just, unfortunately, kind of a thing that happened in medieval societies. I mean, shit, it happens nowadays, and it's disgusting, but, man. Oh, boy. What are you doing? Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance, but it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you might as well make it the most of it. Food, training, citizenship if you live long enough. You'll die stealing someone else's land, like as not, but that's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. Well, that's not an unreasonable way to think. I mean, this is war. I might as well go back this way. I've got people down here to find. Huh? Training? Ah, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. Well, you won't be impressing anybody if you die. Oh, you're right here. Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Until we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. That's true. That's why you gotta show up to training, dude. Ah, the rest are right here. The teacher calls for me? I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and... yes, of course, there's no time. If you'd excuse me. Well, they sure have no qualms about running you all over Rhaglr's Reach. One more oh, I know. There's this guy first. Well met, Foxy. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters as I asked? I sure have. Page after page of the log is filled with a flowing script. Doubtless Beeves has had much practice honing his handwriting. As fascinating as they are varied, you have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will serve as a window into the struggle. We must never forget, my friend. Never. Very true. History is important. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. You'll take 2 and be glad of it. The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Oh boy, more running around. Well, where's that other recruit? He should be hiding around this area somewhere. Ah, there he is. Oh no. He's scared, isn't he? Oh, bugger, you were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through her training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger, oh, bugger. Oh, I'm sure it's just some gentle hazing. I mean, you gotta have fun somehow when you're fighting a legion that has literal war machines to fight you with, while you're running around with spears and swords and bows. You know, if these things are so easy to find, I wonder why they haven't been picked clean. Well, might as well grab up these herbs and then speak with the battle maid, since we found all of her students. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials would be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. That's true and all, but I hope it's not true that you wind up killing some of them. It's hard enough to find recruits as it is. And that's the last of the herbs. Well, this is the longest quest chain ever. Ah, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for. And it's definitely not really the longest. Precisely what type of herb this is remains unclear, but the important thing is that it is green and fragrant. Thanks, that'll do nicely. And, sorry to impose upon you, miss. I thought you were just another new recruit. Didn't realize until after you were, But to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children more deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must. And we never lose sight of the dream. Every war has a cost. Damn it all! Where could it have got off to? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it. I'd been him. I had it this morning, that much I know for certain, and I've not left the reach since, so it's got to be around here somewhere. If you've got a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the Officers' Pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just as easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. Well, I'm sure it has sentimental value. Please don't make me run through this stupid cave again. God damn it. Alright, so looks like that's gonna be it. A Ward of the Destroyer. I swear I've heard you search high and low, but it just won't turn up. A paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Alamigo, Rhaglr. 7 hells, that's the one. That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, sister. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessing of the monks. And then Theodric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture, as my mother taught me. Good. Keep that tradition alive. Same old stuff. And with that, another task is complete. Foxy, I hear you've been keeping busy. Very much so. Aye, that she has, and we thank her for it. It pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Minago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castrum Villadina to General Aldin personally. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castrum Oriens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I will wait for you at the pass, but not too long. I expect Kryl and Yashola will wish to remain here to support the Chirurgeons, but nevertheless we should go and ask them. That's true. Not you. Oh, still the same thing. Still the same thing, nothing new to say. Very good. Is aught amiss? I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support. As was the case with Ishgard, however, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Alamigo, for my father, for Ida, I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. Van Balsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilbert's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I am still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the self-same cause I have served since first I pledged to serve Master Louisoix in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who would require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here from Minfilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. So as for you, Foxy, you are, to quote our dear friend, Lord Edmund, the woman who slew Gaius Van Baelsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero, and heap great expectations upon your shoulders. But you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. As if I could sit this out. Let's see, we have some choices here. I'll fight, the Empire poses too great a threat. We can but carry on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. As long as there's a battle to be fought, I'll be there. Or, to be frank, Alfie, this isn't my fight, but I'll do what I must. Well, that's definitely not a Foxy thing to say. We're gonna go with the Minfilia quote. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save. Well said. Well said indeed. Take care, Y'shtola, Kryl, and do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Lise, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Manago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, Foxy? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castrum Oriens would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I am sure I can convince Manago to wait a little longer. Well, I don't think I need to consider any further. Being the warrior of light that I am, this is kind of my fight whether I wanted it to be or not. Best make sure you've got everything you need. We might not be coming back for a while. Grandfather stood with the army that faced the Garleans at Cartano. This is dangerously close to becoming a family tradition. Yeah, no kidding. So you'll be accompanying us? Full glad am I to hear it. All set? Excellent. Then let us be off. I also just remembered we have a Paladin Quest to do. We'll be doing that soon. A pleasure to meet you, Foxy. I oversee adder operations here in the Elder Seedsteer's stead. Rest assured that our scouts were handpicked from elite ranks of the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers. If the Imperials take so much as one step into East End, we will know. That's heartening to hear. I hear that Rhaglr's Reach is overrun with new recruits. Did I not tell you that we needed only to inspire the people to rise up once more? You were right. Greetings and well met, Foxy. I have been dispatched from Limsa Lominsa to command the Maelstrom forces here. The campaign has taken us quite far from the shores of Vilbrand. Though the logistics of a prolonged deployment have been a source of much consternation, I prefer to view it as an opportunity to strengthen ties with our allies and to study their methods. That's the spirit. Things are... Well, there's a couple of quests here. What do you have for us? Magic technical failure. Ah, okay. It's an ether current. Foxy Games of the Immortal Flames. Hey, nice rhyme. Just the woman I wanted to see. We've misplaced a number of Garlean drones taken from Baelsar's wall, and by misplaced, I mean the damn thing sprang to life and stormed out of the base. They need to be dealt with before any civilians come to harm. Being familiar with Magitech as you are, I can think of no one better to assist us. If you'd be willing to help, go and speak with Lieutenant Gnibbenfa. She is overseeing the initiative to terminate the drones. God, just... What is it with these names? It's like you took a bunch of Scrabble letters and just threw them on the ground and said, yeah, that sounds like a Mikote name. There she is. Good nibbin' for. God damn. Ah, Foxy Games, your assistance is greatly appreciated. The drones were not in our possession for very long, but a cursory inspection showed they are made with a heretofore unknown metal alloy. They are all but impervious to traditional firearms, which is why we commissioned Garland Ironworks to fashion a weapon capable of penetrating their armor. It has since been fitted to a suit of Magitech armor, which I'd ask you to pilot. If I'm not mistaken, this would not be the first time you've piloted one of these suits. It should take you no time then to familiarize yourself with the controls. Now, the drones were last sighted due east of here and to the north along the Villadina River. I fear recapturing them is out of the question, so do whatever you deem necessary to stop them. Oh, we're gonna blow them up. Clearly. Let's see, Magitech Pulse and Magitech Thunder. Nice. Ah, there's one. Ah, that's an AoE, and it stuns them. Wow. The cooldown on these abilities. Well, this quest wasn't planned particularly well, was it? I can get out and walk faster this thing. Oh well. Well, I couldn't hit all three of them at once. Bet you I could now, though. Oh, yeah. God, like, not even a regular attack. That's sad. Oh, well. Alright, we can jump off this thing now. We've got an ether current to find, and then we can head back. Alright, Lezkers. We did the thing. Welcome back. I take it the drones have been disposed of then? Excellent work. We were quite fortunate for your presence. Save for Lieutenant Good silly name, none of my men could even activate a suit of Magitech armor, let alone pilot one in combat. I only pray this isn't to our detriment in the future. There's still plenty more of these drones out there along Balesire's wall. If any more of them should suddenly stir. At any rate, we will continue working with Garland Ironworks so that should such a day come, we will be ready. We should just make the damn things easier to pilot. Or, you know, train your men to not nibble on the controls or whatever it is they're doing. Okay, before we continue the main story quest, we are going to go back to Ul'dah, and we're going to do the Paladin Quest. Oh, Genlins, we ran past you so many times during the Hildebrand quests. Ah, Foxy, precisely the woman I wish to see. I have something in my care for you. What's that? An invitation to a fighting tournament to be held at the Colosseum. Oh my god, you mean the gladiator is actually going to do something gladiator-y? Not just any tournament, mind you, but the prestigious Ul Cup. Founded by His Royal Majesty's Sasagan Ul Sisigan, what a name, first Sultan of Ul'dah, 'tis nigh as old as the nation itself. Lest you wonder why you are unfamiliar with so old and prestigious a tournament, it's because it has not been held in generations. At the Sultana's behest, it has been revived, and she now extends an invitation to Eorzea's finest swordsmen. It stands to reason that your name would appear among this exalted company, and doubt not but that her grace shall be pleased for your participation. So, can we expect you to fight in this tournament? Of course. Where do I sign up? I wonder what happens if you try to pass on it. Wonderful. By witnessing you in combat, I dare say all of us Sultan Sworn, both fresh recruits and veterans alike, stand to gain something in our duty to protect. The champion will be awarded a tome said to hold the secret techniques of the first captain of Sultansworn. With such an enticing prize on offer, no small number of invitees have already confirmed their participation, I myself included. You should confirm yours as well by making yourself known to the tournament registrar on the Royal Promenade. I will do just that. Where is that? Oh yes, right here. Greetings to you, good madam. You are come to enter the Ul'dah Cup. Your invitation, if you'd be so kind. An invitation to participate in the Ul'dah Cup, a prestigious tournament pitting the realm's greatest swordsmen against one another. Yes, everything appears to be in order. On behalf of the committee, I bid you welcome to the tournament. Wait, you're participating too? To think that I might have had the chance to cross swords with a fabled hero such as you. The tournament cannot begin soon enough. Ah, Bartholomew is participating. You needn't wait long, for the opening ceremony will begin any time now. I am told a number of participants have already gathered before the Gladiators Guild. Perhaps you might like to join them. I mean, you would have... I don't know. You'd think this would have happened way sooner in this quest line. Like, you start as a gladiator, and yet you don't fight any gladiatorial battles. Whatever. To the Gladiators Guild. Of course you're here, Constant. Foxy, it's so good to see you. Am I correct in assuming that you're participating in the tournament? Wonderful. For although I still am, I also received an invitation. Captain Genlin's work, I suspect. But know that I do not intend to simply make up the numbers. Last we met, I have trained without cease. Such improvements I have made, I hope to demonstrate to you in a rematch. Very good. Any other familiar names? Friends. You're not familiar. And what can I do for you this most beauteous of evenings? Shall I sign you a flyer with my mark, perhaps? I'm not a fan, you twit. A contestant? Really? Well then, you would do well to pray you are not drawn against me. Before my beauteous skills, your defeat is all but assured. Oh, you're one of those. Handaloop. Why is that name familiar? Ah, Foxy, a pleasure as always. Are you perchance entering the tournament? Well then, this has become infinitely more interesting. Lest you wonder, I am joining in the field as a representative of the Temple Knights. Of course, we always saw him in Ishgard. For the honor of our order, I have every intention of winning. Do not hold back, my friend, because neither will I. I'd expect nothing less. Owen. Where did we see you? I can't remember, but I know we've seen you. Ah, Foxy, have you spoken with the captain? He's holding on to your invitation. Oh yeah, he's one of the Sultansworn. Already entered! Marvelous! We're all looking forward to witnessing your skill at arms, and if the gods are good, I shall witness them up close and personal. I take it this is not a battle to the death, then. Who are you? Black Lotus is the strongest. If you fight him, you better watch out. Yeah? You got business with me? Too bad, I've got none with you. Leave me be and find someone else to bother, like Mila. You're fighting in the tournament? You look pretty strong, but it's Black Lotus that's gonna win. Ahem, that's Lotus. Black Lotus. Yeah, what he said. He's the strongest and he always protects me. If you fight him, you better watch out. Aw, that's kinda cute, though. I'm not sure this guy appreciates it, but hey. Mila! God, how long has it been since we've spoken with you? I wonder if this Black Lotus is that guy from the Gladiator Guild quest. I can't remember his name. Well, if it isn't Foxy, now you'd visit us at this juncture could only mean one thing. You're entering the Ul'dah Cup. Good, good. You're one of our very best, and it pleases me to see you continue seeking new challenges. And mark my words, this will be a challenge the likes of which you've never experienced. This tournament brings together the realm's finest. If you were to rise above them, nothing less than complete preparation will suffice. Speaking of preparation, have you been apprised of the rules? Nope. Then allow me to explain. The tournament is elimination. You lose, you go home. You win, you advance to the next match, and on it goes until a champion emerges. Combatants are initially divided into two groups, Nald and Thal. Sounds fancy, but they're simply labels given to two branches of the tournament tree. Look, Foxy, one of your potential opponents. Wait, is that? Knowing is half the battle, and you do well to learn all you can of the competition. Isn't that the lady from the Ul'dah Quest? I can't remember her name. Oh dear, is it that time already? The opening ceremony is about to commence. Shall we then? Oh, look, it's Dour Meadow. Ladies and gentlemen, today I bid you welcome to the Colosseum for a truly special event. To introduce it, it gives me great pleasure to call upon Her Royal Majesty, Nanamo Ul'namo. With Master Papashan, of course. Generations ago, my ancestor, Sasagan Ul-Sisigan, founded a tournament to celebrate the skill of our nation's finest swordsmen. 100 years have passed since it was last held. By this declaration, I do hereby revive the Ul Cup. Let it be known that all proceeds from this event shall go towards our continuing refugee relief efforts. My dear combatants, my fellow citizens and I look forward to an inspiring performance from all of you. May Naldthal give you strength to your sword arms. She is the cutest. Thank you, Your Grace. Next, I would invite Master Adrian, Colosseum colonist from the Mithril Eye, to share some insights into our combatants. What are your impressions on the field, Adrian? I wonder now, if we hadn't gone through the Ul'dah Quest, would that have been Ellie instead? Well, Dour, I'd say it's as diverse a field as I have seen on the Blood Sands. In addition to everyone's favorite gladiators in your friendly neighborhood Sultan Sworn, we have an Ishgardian knight as well as an acclaimed adventurer. Truly a colorful cast of characters, all of whom bring their unique take on swordplay. With such an eclectic mix of fighting styles clashing, would you say that we're in for a veritable treat for the senses? Yes, I would, Dour. At this stage, it's anyone's guess who will claim the title, but one thing is certain. When the match bell rings, you cannot afford to bat your eyelids. Keep watching this space, for the preliminary rounds are about to begin. Oh boy. It's time for a proper tournament. Well, we're ready to take the next one because we're over-leveled as fuck. It begins, Foxy. There are 8 combatants in each group, meaning you must triumph in 3 bouts in order to advance to the final. And the opponent for your first bout is Bartholomew of the Sultan Sworn. Defeat him, and you will next face the victor of another pairing, and so on. Needless to say, each encounter will be more difficult than the last. But one fight at a time. The tournament registrar will call you when it's time to take to the Blood Sands. Go now, and good luck. Do I not get to watch the others fight? That would be kind of cool. Ha! To think that I would draw you for my very first opponent. I thank the heavens even as I curse them. But no matter who my opponent may be, I shall fight with all my being, for the pride of the Sultan Sworn. See you on the Blood Sands, my friend. It is time, my lady. Pray see to your final preparations and let me know when you're ready to proceed. I'll have fun getting your ass handed to you, Bartholomew. I don't envy you. I am ready. It begins in the first match of the Thal group, Bartholomew versus Foxy Games. Combatants, ready your arms. No holding back, my friend. This music is cool. Oh boy. Oh, Bartholomew's no pushover. How about this? Man, having the echo almost feels like cheating. How about you? And the winner is Foxy! See, this is the kind of quest I would have expected for the Gladiators Guild. In the next match, Foxy Games and Bronze Bull will fight for a place in the Thal Group Final. Combatants, take your places. You do well not to underestimate me. What's this? Holy Spirit. Oh. Interesting. Oh god. Sludge. I better heal. This guy's no joke. Yeah, I've never used Holy Spirit before. Get over here, you fuck. He really likes pushing. And Foxy stops Bronze Bull's furious charge. And now for the final match of the Thal group, Handaloop versus Foxy Games. Let us see who will have the honor of fighting in the Ul'dah Cup final. Come, my friend, let us fight with all our strength, in the sight of the Fury. Oh god, he's actually really strong. Oh, reminds me of the Heaven's Ward. Yeah, it's no wonder they often left things to you. When it was time for Lucia to go out. Oh dear, I have to destroy this thing. I'm hitting my buttons out of order now. Damn. He is no joke. And Foxy defeats Handaloop to claim victory in the title. In the fall group, rather. The text goes by so quickly. Well, damn. That was actually pretty challenging. That concludes all the matches for the Thal group, and what heart-stopping encounters they were! Verily, Dower, the crowd expected, and the combatants delivered. Not least of all the group winner, Foxy Games, who carved a convincing path to the final. Shall we retrace her steps for those who came in late? You read my mind. Foxy's first match pitted her against Bartholomew. The Sultan Sworn fought with heart, but in the end he was outclassed by the Star Adventurer. Though he can take pride in his effort, unfortunately he had to take his leave of the tournament. There was no getting past Foxy, who went on to face the hulking Bronze Bull. A veteran of countless matches here in the Colosseum, you could say he had the ground advantage. From the onset, the man brought his prodigious strength to bear, unleashing wave upon wave of punishing attacks, but Foxy calmly weathered them all to emerge the victor. With that, she advanced to the Thal group's final match against Handaloop of the Temple Knights. Employing blistering techniques seldom seen this side of Eorzea, the Ishgardian visitor looked dangerous indeed. If truth be told, for a moment there I feared for Foxy, but the adventurer dug deep to secure victory, and a place in the Ul Cup final. The mere remembering of it sets my heart to racing like a runaway chocobo. Take deep breaths, my friend, for there's still more excitement to come. The Nald group matches are due to commence shortly, with the likes of First Sword Mila taking to the Blood Sands. Oh wow, Mila's gonna fight? What have I done to deserve such a treat? I won't be missing these matches, and neither should any of you. Uh-oh. What's going on? All unfolds as anticipated. Good. The free paladin I told you about is living up to expectations, aye? That she is. Keep up your winning ways, my friend, and win us a fortune. Oh, they're betting on me, are they? You better not do anything untoward. Welcome back, my lady, and may I offer my heartfelt congratulations for reaching the final. Handaloop, you did a hell of a job. Foxy, you are magnificent. Our match will remain etched in my memory and inspire me always. Likewise. I had absolutely no answer to you. Such precious things you must have protected to become so strong. As you know, we Sultan Sworn live to protect her grace. By any measure, this is a vital duty, and ever do I strive to be worthy of the role. But crossing swords with you this day, it has given me to think that perhaps it is not enough. Whatever it is I yet lack, mayhap I shall find it in witnessing you. I thought I had something of a chance, but I was clearly getting ahead of myself. You gave me a thorough schooling, and I mean to take the lesson to heart. Though my tournament may be over, I shall remain in Ul'dah to watch the matches to come, and I believe I speak for all of us here when I wish you the best of luck. Our hopes go with you now, my friend. You guys are awesome. Oh, a woman named Mila was looking for you. If you haven't already spoken with her, mayhap you should seek her out. Let's go find Mila. Oh, and she's right up here like always. A place in the final. I knew you had it in you, but to witness it all unfold was nothing short of awe-inspiring. The winner of the Nald group will square off against you for the title, and suffice it to say I intend to be that person. I shall see to it that a match between us becomes a reality, and I hope that I can count on your support. I will indeed cheer for you. And we leveled up. Level 68. We learned an ability. What is this? Why is this here? Requiescat. Unaspected damage with a potency of 150. Increase magic, attack magic and healing magic potency. Oh, okay. It's another magical ability. Interesting. Well, we'll keep that there. For now. The Nod group matches are about to begin. As you will eventually be fighting one of us, I suggest you watch every match closely. The tournament usher outside will grant you access to the viewing gallery. Now then, I'd best set about my preparations. Let us speak again later. Indeed. I hope they actually did decent cutscenes for this. Greetings, my lady. Will you be watching the Nod group matches? I will. And so the Nod group has been pared down to 2 combatants. While we wait for their match to begin, let us look back over the group's notable encounters. Damn it, they skipped a bunch. In the first round, local darling Franz the Fair crossed blades with Constant, free Paladin of Ishgard. Oh, maybe they didn't skip it. Okay. Though the pundits tipped Franz as the outright favorite, the younger Constant refused to be cowed, tenaciously staying in the game before landing a single mighty blow that ended the proceedings. Undoubtedly one of the upsets of the tournament, and most upsetting for all the maidens the realm over. I don't think so, somehow. By that victory, Constant booked a meeting with First Sword Mila, who predictably triumphed in her own opening match. For those of you who are banking on another upset, however, it was not to be. From the opening moments, it was plain from his sluggish movements that Constant's earlier exertions had taken their toll. Well, he is still rather green. Meanwhile, the First Sword was all business. With her textbook perfect technique and methodical maneuvering, she took firm control from the halfway mark and didn't let go until her opponent was on his knees. I believe preparations for the tournament's penultimate match are in order. Mila, First Sword of the Gladiators Guild, will take to the arena against Black Lotus, the mystery contestant who soundly defeated all comers. What was this guy's name? Aldous or something? The guy from the Gladiator Quests? At least they did one cutscene. Uh-oh. Damn, Mila. And Black Lotus advances to the Ul'dah Cup final. In another nail-biting clash, the First Sword showed her class against an unknown opponent. However, Black Lotus kept up with her blow for blow, and seemingly out of nowhere clinched victory with a magnificent parry. So sublime was the timing, it calls to my mind the Sword of Nuld. Ah, now that you mention it, I can definitely see the resemblance. And with that sublime strike, our second Ul'dah Cup finalist has been decided. Foxy Games will take on the mysterious Black Lotus in a battle that promises to go down in Colosseum, nay, Ul'dah in history. Please look forward to it. I know I will. Oh, is Mila okay, though? Oh, geez, these two again. She lost! Mila lost! Ah, so much for the lauded First Sword! What do we do? That Black Lotus could ruin everything. If he ends up winning the tournament, we'd be neck-deep in debt playing what's owed. Fret not, my friend. We already know Black Lotus's strings. As a matter of fact, we're pulling them as we speak. Oh, jeez. Truly? Do I not always say one can never have too many guarantees? Oh, these guys are playing dirty, trying to rig the tournament. Such riveting displays from both Nuld and Thal groups. Franz. Oh, to think that one more beauteous than me should be found in Ishgard. Well, there is naught for it but to train harder and grow more beauteous. That Black Lotus fellow, though, there was something familiar about him. A beauteous ferocity I'd swear I've seen before, but I cannot remember where. You and me both. Mila is a truly a complete fighter, and she gave me nary a flaw or opening to exploit. I can see why she is the guild master. Well, my little campaign may be over, but I take heart in the knowledge that yours continues. I shall pray for your victory. We'll have a rematch one day, Constant, I'm sure of it. Oh, Mila, how are you holding up? From technique to sheer strength, that Black Lotus was a class above me in all aspects. What's more, he fought with a ferocious style that resembled... but never mind that. Dwelling on it won't change the result. I was bested in a fair contest, and I shall give credit where it is due. My only regret is that I could not meet you in the final, Foxy. It falls to you now to bring pride to our guild's name. Oh, after the match, Black Lotus came and said that he wished a word with you. The way he mentioned your name gave me the impression that he knew you, but then again, many people do. At any rate, I don't see any harm in obliging the man. If you can spare a moment, he asks that you come to the quicksand. I'll bet you it is. I think it was Aldous. What was his name? I'll bet you it's him. This game isn't that clever. I mean, it is, but it also isn't. And the quicksand is where we first met Aldous. I should say the people who write most of the job quests are not that clever. Somebody's already sitting here. 2 people. Oh dear, what's going on here? You can threaten me all you like, but I ain't pulling out. It's poor form, see? Oh boy. Well, far be it from me to ruin your form, but there's a trivial matter I would bring to your attention. You bastard! Very trivial, yes. I'm sure you will make the right decision. You were listening, eh? Don't worry, it's nothing I can't handle. Look, I know I asked you to come here, but something's come up. I'll have to do this another time. Now, don't say that. I'll bet you I can help. I know I asked you to come here. Okay, that's... yeah. Well, gotta go back. Oh, come on. Really? We're really not gonna press? Come on, the warrior of light that I know I am would definitely press. Oh well. We must do as the game says. Back to the Gladiators Guild. Well, did you meet Black Lotus? Postponed, you say? I wonder what he wanted. If nowhere else, you could always try chatting in the arena. 'Twould hardly be the first time folk got talkative in battle. I must say, though, the disappointment of elimination is swiftly giving way to anticipation. I look forward to seeing you clash with Black Lotus, and needless to say, come away with the win. Somehow, I don't think it'll be quite that simple. It's time, Foxy. The Ul'dah Cup final. You have what it takes to win. Just fight as you always do, and the rest will follow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my regret to inform you that Black Lotus has withdrawn from the match. In the absence of an opponent, the winner of the Ul'dah Cup final is Foxy Games by default. Hey, you don't think that those rumors could be true, do you? What, that Black Lotus is Aldous, the gladiator who was banished from the Colosseum? Seems a little far-fetched, but you never know these things. In an unexpected turn of events, Black Lotus, the winner of the Nald group, has withdrawn. I repeat, Black Lotus has withdrawn. 12 in a tangle! What in blazes is going on? We will relay further information as soon as more becomes available. Please bear with us. Unfortunate. What is the meaning of this? Apologies, my lady, but I'm as much in the dark as you are. 'Twas the tournament registrar who spoke with Black Lotus on the matter. Not even the organizers have full grasp of the situation. It isn't uncommon for combatants to withdraw from a match, but when it does happen, more often than not, something illicit is afoot. While some might consider default to be the sweetest word, I know that you do not. Nay, an unearned victory, such as this, rings hollow and brings you no satisfaction. As such, I have a mind to delve into what will certainly prove to be some dark places. May I rely on your help? You know you can. Good. To begin with, let us go and ask the tournament registrar about his conversation with Black Lotus. I have half a mind to do the same thing. It would be down here. Yes, my lady. Black Lotus came and informed me that he no longer wished to fight. This happened shortly after you entered the anteroom. I assumed he would follow suit, but instead he declared his withdrawal. Stunned as I was, by the time I had gathered my wits and thought to ask for his reason, he had spun on his heels and left. He was headed in the direction of Pearl Lane, I believe. If you wish to speak with him, I suggest you take your search there. That's as good a spot as any to check. Wow, I'd say it's time to come clean. Sharp as you are, you've probably seen through the masquerade anyway. I knew it was him. Foxy, it's good to see you again. As myself at any rate. Let me guess. The heartbroken maiden demands to know why I abandoned her at the arena. I'll tell you that and more besides, but this stays between us, understood? Since we took care of business with Levold and I left Ul'dah, I had been roaming the land like a proper vagabond. In the course of which I helped a child in need. You've already met the little scamp. I came upon him one day on his lonesome, his face caked in dirt, a war orphan like so many out there. Upon learning what I did for a living, he decided that he must learn swordplay and begged me to teach him. Wouldn't take no for an answer, the stubborn bugger, and he's been following me around ever since. Now, those that came to me with threats, they mistook the boy for my own and took him hostage and demanded that I pull out of the tournament. If it were just my own head, I wouldn't think twice about risking it, but I won't gamble with someone else's life. The boy may not be my flesh and blood, but he's in danger on my account. And here we are. What can I say? In spite of myself, I've taken to the rascal. I knew it was you, from the moment we fought. Mila, my dear, you are as ravishing as ever. Spare me. All this time you couldn't bestir yourself to send a single goddamn letter. Easy on thy anger now. 'Twould be a right shame to line that beautiful face with wrinkles. That's neither here nor there. Now tell me why you've returned. As hasty as ever, too, I see. If you must know, rumors had reached me of a free paladin named Foxy Games whose skills were beyond compare. Precisely how far beyond compare had her skills become, I simply had to see, nay, test for myself. So I made my way back to Ul'dah. When I arrived, I learned that the prestigious Ul Cup had been revived. If Foxy enters, I'd get my wish. If he doesn't, I'd just have to settle for winning the tournament and resuming my wanderings. With a little help from an old friend, I acquired an invitation and found myself a suitably menacing full-face helm. Being something of a pariah, it wouldn't do to be seen, you see. If you went through all that effort for the sake of fighting Foxy, why did you withdraw? Simply put, to make way for money. Not mine, mind you, but someone else's. As you know, a tournament of this scale sees stupendous sums of coin moved, and there are some who'd stop at nothing to ensure that it moves their way. Well, it turns out that Black Lotus was standing between an especially unscrupulous crew and their fortune, and so they took my boy and threatened his life. Boy? Aye, well, it's a rather embarrassing tale. Let's save it for after I'm a few tankards in. Someone wants you to win, Foxy, at all costs. While I do not disagree with their choice of champion, their methods don't sit well with me. Me neither. That's dirty. But I'm afraid the rest will have to wait. The danger hasn't passed. Though I did as I was told, they haven't kept their part of the bargain. I mean to mount a rescue, and for this I could use your help. I knew I could count on you. First of all, we must track down these match-fixing, child-abducting villains. For the sake of haste, let us split up and investigate. If you could ask after the shady sorts in these parts, I'll see to the nearby areas. A child? When the hells did he... Oh no, he didn't tell her it wasn't really his. Oh, Aldous, you're gonna get yourself in trouble with our dear friend Mila. But anything further is going to have to wait until the next episode, for we are out of time. So, in the next episode, we will continue the Paladin Quest and potentially finish it up, depending on what level it wants me to be. So, until then, my name is Foxy Games, and you all take care of yourselves. Bye.